Good morning and welcome to the Godstone Ranch School of the Arts. My name is Karen Garrett. I'm going to be your teacher today. This is lesson 1 of the advanced program. I have a master's degree, a bachelor's degree, and a minor, all in fine arts, and I've been teaching since '92. Hundreds of people, thousands of people actually. I got my new camera, which is why I couldn't put this on yesterday. My light was already gone by the time I was ready to shoot. So anyway, I'm so thankful to the man in Florida who sent this to me. Thank you very much. This is going to be a class for advanced artists or people who want to be artists. You don't have to know anything. I'm going to teach you everything. In fact, with artists who are professionals, I'm going to ask you to be mindful of everyone out there who may not have any art supplies at home. This is the first time in history where we are all together at home. And we, thank goodness, have the ability to communicate through technology, but we also have the ability to communicate through art. And we're going to be looking back on this time at some point, and what I'm trying to do is help all of us to do a global art exhibition, and it starts now because this is the first time in history that everyone in the world is doing the exact same thing, being home. So we came up with the title homework, and I know you're going, oh my gosh, I'm out of school, I will never do homework again, I can't stand that, oh my goodness. But artists in history have always called their art their work or their body of work, okay? So now we're just putting home with work, get it? So now it's no big deal, we're gonna have a good time. So for the professionals out there, please be mindful of everyone. I'm going to be using supplies that are really unusual and just from the house. So right now, I was wondering, how am I going to do a drawing class? I mean, yes, you have a pencil, but this was going to be an ink project. And so, well, what do I have? Well, I remember every time I eat something with balsamic vinegar, my husband says, oh, if you spill that on you, it's like ink, it'll never come out. I went, ding. Okay, so get some of that. I tried Worcestershire. We're going to sample these together as a drawing supply, and soy sauce with the skewer. Now my old beat up pencil with the old beat up eraser that won't work very well, I'll show you how to deal with that, and we can also dip that in there, get some really pointy and really kind of dull line. I have this old, crusty old ruler that is cut. Obviously I either broke it or cut it with an X-Acto blade by accident, so it's not even straight on either side, but I have a ruler. And if you don't have a ruler, just fold some paper, you know, like this, and now you have a ruler. We're going to work through this, everybody. Okay, so go get your cell phone, busted up paper from the desk, a napkin, a ruler or a paper that you fold, pencil, skewer, some water, these 3 items, and notebook paper. And no, this is not a cooking class, it's drawing. Okay, go and get it. I'll see you in a minute. Well, we are going to start with composition. I hope you found all your supplies, your drawing supplies, which is really just home things. Today, right now, no wicker for your composition. No wicker. That's for another day. No glass, please. That's for another day. Nothing metal. That's for another day. Okay. This is the composition that I came up with. I chose the chair because the tables, we need the tables, you know, for dinner, lunch, breakfast. Everybody kind of needs the tables. So I try to use my table for a short amount of time. Now, with a lot of projects, you can use your table and then just move the stuff. But this is a still life, and it's going to take you some time, so you need to have it in a place that doesn't bug everybody in your house. All right, so I chose this chair because it's, while a beautiful chair, no one sits in this chair. I thought I was being nice until I made my still life in the chair, and guess what? Everybody wants to sit in the chair. Even my dog wants to sit in the chair. Not that chair, not that chair, not that chair, not the couch, not the other chairs. No, it's got to be this chair. So it's a phenomenon I did not even know about until now. Okay, I set this up last night, and then the light went down, so I couldn't make the video. That's why I was late. And my new camera came too, so that was going to have to learn how to do that. So I'll make it up to you. But what I'm trying to say is I did not know what would happen until it did. So here you have my little still life, and I'm going to take it all apart and explain to you how I put it together, and then you're going to go find some objects and put yours together, okay? Let me pause. Oh, and I forgot to tell you this. When you get your objects, think about the times that we're in, okay? So everybody's at home, things are a little different. So I used this, think of rectangles, circles, triangles, lines, you know, things that will go together. I used this big rectangle for this suitcase, the rectangle which is my notebook from school. This was what I would take my stuff to school with and where I would teach, but now I'm teaching at home. So I thought that that would be symbolic and cool. Then I chose items that did not have any words on them right now. That can be another day. I tried to find things that did not have patterns on them. This chair has a little bit of a pattern, but it's not too much. Yeah, I know that I did, but that was just the bowl I had. That was least patterned bowl. So I also chose an empty paper towel rack because that's such an issue right now, which is paper towels and toilet paper. So I just put it there as an object, an empty object at this moment, just because it tells the story a little bit right now for people. So when you go get your objects, try to think of that, okay? Okay, I hope you found some objects. This is what I started with, the chair with the pillow. Then I thought, you know, it's important to me that I put my school bag in this. Oh, and get some natural light. You need to have one light source. You don't want light all over the house, okay? Try to find your light source, and yes, you will be working in the daytime, but you're at home, so you can. All right, so I put this up here, and it was like, I don't know, I kind of thought it might be better tilted, but it won't stay like that. So I took my pillow out and tried to make it stay. Okay, that's good. And then I went to get bowls, and I had metal bowls and wood bowls, but remember, no metal, no wood, not yet. We're just going to use other kinds. So I found those, simple. Look for things, no patterns. Put my plate back in there, so now we have rectangle, rectangle, circle, circle, rectangle, and then the back of the chair rectangle. But then I thought this was way too dark, and so I found my school notebook. Put that in there to add a little interest. And then, oh, I almost chose the coffee bag. But this goes back into the phenomenon of the chair situation. Don't put things in your still life that people need to eat or drink or use, okay? Don't put the coffee bag on the chair because this will not be good, okay? No coffee bag. Although it would have been nice. Okay, so then, now this right here, I've had it for years. No one's ever used it. I put it like that. I didn't like it too much, but I'm sure once I put it there and I'm going to be using it, somebody's going to want to drink out of this sucker. But they haven't used it for 2 years, so they're not going to get to. All right, here's my little bowl because it wouldn't stay up like I liked it. I wanted to see my handle, so I put it like that. Yeah, that looks good. And then I thought it was a little bit boring up here, so I did that. And then I ran for the red apple because I liked it. I thought it kind of brought out a little bit of this color in the bag. And I needed a banana. But now, if this is your only banana, your only apple, please don't put it in the still life. Somebody's going to want to eat your still life, and you can't do that. Don't put your dog ball or bone in the still life, okay? And last but not least, I chose the paper towels, okay? So there you go. That's my still life. So get your still life all ready, and then I'm going to show you what to do with it. Okay, so I'm showing you some little items. You have to have big, medium-sized, and little, So if everything is little in your, and nothing relates to each other, obviously no glass, obviously, and then there's words, but then there's no words on anything else, and then there's the cute little cardinal, but what does it have to do with the Coke cap? You're going to have to be mindful of your artistic reasoning behind your composition. So if this is something you want, then maybe it needs to be, everything just needs to be random, organized, lonely, isolated, separated, minuscule, whatever. But so as an advanced artist, you're going to have to you make that clear. But they did a study where they said do something random. So still life is not random. They gave everybody I'm supposed to be in the camera. They gave everybody rocks, mulch, plants, things were outside. Everybody got the same stuff. And they said, go to this lake and create some art and make it random. So some of the people went like, can you see? Okay, they just went like that, okay? And they were the least successful compositions. Random is not a good thing. So don't just be random, be mindful, okay? Now, I want you to get your cell phone because I'm going to teach you what to do with this. Going back to our composition. All right, take your cell phone. Thank goodness we all have cell phones. And I want you to go to camera, right there, camera. So you can see camera. I'm going to turn mine sideways because that's called landscape when it's going sideways. If it goes up and down, it's called portrait. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, I think you can see that, yeah. Okay, I'm going to take a picture. Do I want the legs? Do I want more up? Do I want more in? Do I want outside? I have to make a decision. I have to make decisions what I want to do. So I think I'm going to do it like that. Take a picture. Okay, so now at this point, I'm going to go back to my photos, get that picture, and I'm going to edit this. I think you can see it, yeah. So I'm going to press up here in the corner, edit, come down here to where these little arrows are, the little square, the arrows, and I'm going to crop it how I want. So you're going to take some time to crop your picture. Okay, done. Now, we're going to go back to edit again. Edit my picture, okay. I think you can see all this. All right. Go to right here, it looks like a little sunshine. Or yours might be a little bit different. Okay, so go to the first one, exposure. Play with it. Too bright, too dark. Now, if you want it to be dark, because you're feeling that way, then make it dark. If you want it to be too bright, for another purpose, then make it too bright. But think about what you're trying to accomplish with your piece in the final, your final piece. So for me, I'm going to go a little bit brighter. Brilliance, I'm going to play with that. Okay, I like it. That. Highlights, that's pretty bright. Shadows, okay, let's go. Let's do that. Okay, what happens if I go, ugh, I don't like that. So let's go that way. I like that, but I don't want to lose all everything in my piece over here. So now I'm going to go here, contrast. Let's try it. Ooh, yucky. That's kind of nice. All right, let's go to brightness. Not too much. Black point. You don't want to lose all the shadows in a dark object, and your medium tone objects. You don't want to lose all the dimension. Okay, so now this is going to be a drawing, but I may put color with it later. So I like it a little more bright and then vibrant. Okay, so we're done. So once you've played with your picture and you like it, we're going to go back to edit, and this is something I'm going to teach you in just a minute once we move over to the table. Okay, so which one is it? That one. Okay, so push right here, and it's going to let you move this bar. Now, can you see the 2/3 lines that go across here. There's one there, one there, one there, and one there. This is so awesome because we don't have printers at home, a lot of us. I don't, so you don't need this, a printer. You can just use your phone for this. So let's try it again. So you see how that 2/3 is there as long as I'm moving something? All right, now I'm gonna get my phone ready. Get my phone ready to take a picture. So I have to push here and here at the same time. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna kind of turn it just a little bit until my 2/3 lines show up. Ta-da! Okay, now you're ready. Done. Okay, now we're gonna move over to the other area. Just a second. Come on. Pop. Okay, this is the rule of thirds that we just created on our phone. The rule is, whether it's portrait or landscape, that your eye is going to go to one of these points first. Whatever is in at those sections is going to be the most important part of your composition. So mine I made into kind of a vertical, and so you can see with, I did it, yes, it's a horizontal. Okay, let me just go like that. But so if you look right here, lines, it goes over here to the top. My cap, things are circular. Okay, so that's going to be my number one thing. Number two, there's nothing in that spot. You don't want everything in every spot. So there's not much here, and there's not much here. I think you can see, yeah. Okay, not much here. So that's what you want. Now, if I was going to look at something, I would say that down here is more interesting. So you have to have a number one, a number two, a number three, pretty much. So then all of these circles almost go there, so that makes that whole section interesting. Okay, that's the rule of thirds. So yes, this is kind of like my strong, steady vertical, and then this is kind of an interesting place in my composition, and then pretty much everything else just keeps it from being completely dull. All right, let me stop and then we'll go back and do something else in just a minute. Okay, so this is where your notebook is going to come in. I just use my notebook paper because my mom, she's moving, well, she was moving and she's waiting to move, you know, since she's stuck in the house too. And she said the only thing she doesn't have packed is a notebook paper. Would that do? And I said, sure, any paper will do. In fact, crunched up holiday wrapping paper, if you turn it over, is usually white on the back. That's fine, that'll do too. So this is what I did mine on. Being mindful of the rest of the world, it might just only have notebook paper. Okay, I want you to take that paper and draw the 2/3 lines on whatever paper it is that you're going to use. So the way you're going to start is do a rectangle, however big you want. You don't have to stop at the red line, it's just whatever you want to do. And then I want you to use your ruler. Hopefully yours is a nicer one than mine, or you can fold it, but you need to make it into 2/3 lines and use a very light pencil so that we can erase this when you're all finished. When you're done, come back. Okay, so let me turn this sideways, see if I can get bigger. Come on. No. Oh, yeah, there it went. Okay, yay. Okay, so the thirds lines, here's what I want you to do. This helps people. I know that there's lots of professionals out there, and you're like, I can do this in my sleep. Well, okay, but some people can't, and so this is why we're being nice and we're being part of the whole world, right? Go back, go back. Okay, so right there is that cross line, the top third. So this rectangle, you can look in your rectangle and you say, okay, there's a line here. Oh, let me use my marker so you can see it. Then this comes across both lines with this line. It goes over, it crosses over two lines. It comes in before the top of that line. It goes over the top line here. And then there's the cap. The cap doesn't touch the top or anything. Anything, you have an object that's round, it's going to have a round base to it. The bowl is round. It makes an oval. Okay, so now we have this strong vertical right in the middle between these two lines, the 2/3 lines. So we can do, but look, it gets wider at the top and skinnier at the bottom. And that's why this is going to be helpful to you. It goes over this line, almost goes to the top of the what is that, canteen or something. Goes like that, and then you keep going like that. This will help you draw the whole thing in composition, and when you're finished, you just take, my eraser is really bad, so it takes a good scrubbing to get it back to normal, but you can, and then just erase those 2/3 lines before you go any farther, so that you can finish up your piece and it'll look nice. Because if you finish it, then you have to erase it, then it's not finished, right? It's a mess. Okay, so this is what I did. See? So that's my drawing in pencil, and now I'm going to erase my 2/3 lines. Okay, so I did some sampling. I want you to do some sampling with me. This one is soy sauce. Kind of a nice sienna line. If I have a whole lot of soy sauce, it makes it a little darker. Clean it off, roll it on my napkin. Let me try the, what is this? Worcestershire sauce. A little bit more, kind of the same coloring. Okay, and balsamic vinegar. It's pretty light. I think that's a lot lighter than the rest of these. So if I'm, yeah, okay. So what I want you to practice on is white, light gray, gray, charcoal, black. So we're using a line, we're not scribbling. So I'm going to use my balsamic for the light, and let's just do some horizontal lines. That's my light gray. I love that. Okay, now these are pretty dark, so I'm going to use them for charcoal and black. So I'm going to take my balsamic again, and I'm going to go through my lines, and I'm going to go over them twice. That'd be a nice light gray. Right? That's pretty. Let's touch our lines and make it nice and tidy. Okay, now I think this one's drying darker than this one, so soy sauce. That one's this one, so I'm going to get soy sauce and go get a bunch of it because it was a nice charcoal maybe. Oh yeah, it's my charcoal. Okay. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, see how it's light gray, gray, charcoal, and then my black is going to be my balsamic vinegar. Oh shoot, no it isn't. It's going to be my Worcestershire. Ah shoot, I screwed up. Okay, forget that. That's no good. Bye-bye. Oh, no. Okay, don't do that. We need the soy sauce. Okay, which one's the darkest one is the Worcestershire, which is this one right here. Okay, so we're going to do that one, go back. That one's going to be Worcestershire. I know, it's so easy to get confused here. I've never painted with soy sauce or balsamic vinegar before. Or drawn, I mean. Okay, so then the gray that we don't want that is going to be what? The gray one is the soy. The soy is right here. Okay, so this one's going to be my charcoal. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so work it out. Figure out which ones, it might be different brands or different colors, but once you figure out what your white, light gray, gray, charcoal, and black are going to be, do it in a little sample like that, then we'll put them in order. So my light gray is balsamic. Where is that? Well, what did I do? Did I do that right? Worcestershire. Yeah, okay, I did. Okay, so put them in order of tone. So there's mine. So light, medium, dark. Okay, do that and come back. Okay, so I drew a little bowl here, and we're not going to do contour lines, which goes in the shape of the bowl. We're just going to do the lines that go around the bowl. So I'm going to use my light color to draw my bowl in over my pencil. Before you do the balsamic vinegar or whatever these items on there, go ahead and try to erase your pencil back as far as you can go so that you can still see it, but that the balsamic will be your line. Okay, so then at this point, I'm going to use those colors, and I'm going to try, okay, so if I want a light gray here, I'm going to do lines like that. If you want a medium tone, ooh, maybe over here. Leaving my white, and then if I want a dark, see what I mean? And you can keep building it up. Try not to get splattery, unless you want it to be splattery. That might be cool, actually. I don't know, but try to put them farther apart. I was getting too fast there. It's a little darker down here. Lines, not contour lines, which go in the flow. We just go in flat lines. I just want you to do flat lines, okay? Straight flat lines. And I want you to do your whole piece like that. Well, you say to yourself, oh, I don't know, my photograph is in color. It's going to be so complicated. No, it won't. Just a minute. Okay. I think you're going. Okay. So take your picture, push edit, go to the middle one right down here, go across until you see the gray colors. You can choose which one you like. That's more sepia, which might be better because our stuff is kind of brown. So I'm going to take that one. Ta-da! Okay. Okay, so have some fun. I'm going to take my piece that I've drawn and use my stuff here, my liquids, to draw this in. I will post it later because I have to do 2 more art classes, one for the little kids and the fashion designers and character developers. So I will have this at some point. Hopefully I can get another one of our drawing classes in today, which is lesson 2. But we shall see. Okay, that was really fun. I hope you have a good time. I want to see your drawings. Please send them to me. And lastly, I would just want to say thank you for coming to the Godstone Ranch School of the Arts. God loves you, and we do too. Have a wonderful day.